It is officially draft week. And this is the first time as a Packers fan that hopefully there will be no drama. I am confident in this. On the show.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What is popping, y'all? It is your man, Clownboy Bales. Welcome to an episode of Wisco Sports. It is officially mocked draft time. I obviously do this the week of, right before. I do two separate videos of mock drafts. One of the Packers 7-round mock draft, and usually, I never get any of them right, but, because I don't know what Gutekunst has in his mind. However, this is the first time where I feel confident that the first round draft pick will be this person. I'm confident. I made a prediction on it. I drew it on my Easter egg. And honestly, I'll brag about it if that's the truth. But who knows what'll happen. And then my other video will be coming out on Wednesday. It is my full first round mock draft that obviously comes out before draft day. I don't want to make that one until that day because trades could possibly happen before the draft, and I don't want to make a video and have to make another one, and that would just screw all the motions up. So, anyways, like what you see, comment below, subscribe below, do whatever. And of course, here we go. So, anyways, I wrote a little descriptions on what I've seen from each of the guys that I am going to talk about a little bit. So, here's that. So, in the first round of the NFL draft, we have 2 first-round picks, and we have 2 second-round picks. Reason why is because we traded away Devontae Adams, so that we need wide receivers. However, the first pick, I don't think they're going wide receiver. I think they're going to go and take the best player available. And if he is available, I believe they will take him. I say with the number 22 overall pick, the Packers will take Nakobe Dean out of Georgia. He's their inside linebacker. He's possibly a first round or maybe second round pick, but it's got a lot of potential. So I honestly, most mock drafts, I put him in there. I'm a huge fan of him. We don't seem to really value this middle linebacker position because we saw how Devontae Campbell was at this position, and with a dominant middle linebacker, it can really change the game. Now, if the Packers obviously didn't retain Dre, then of course we wouldn't need this position, but the fact is, he's back, Dre's back, we could use another guy, and I think they're going to go for the best guy available. If you don't know much about him, Georgia won the championship this year, in case you didn't know that. He is the 2021 Dick Butkus Award winner, meaning he's the best linebacker in college football. He has great reads, excellent sideline-to-sideline speed. He is very effective against running backs, whether it's in coverage or against the run. And it helps him become very effective, whether it's in coverage or against the run. He led Georgia in tackles. He led Georgia in tackles for loss. And with 10.5, he excels at exploding through gaps in the O-line and making plays in the backfield. A great guy that we need. We need that. He's a fantastic tackler, rarely misses open field tackles, and he has a high IQ, and he is fast. He diagnoses and plays fast. He's cleverly making the way around blockers in a hurry. The only thing that I think could be a problem is he does lack length when his arms, so he has trouble getting around bigger blockers at times because it's gonna going from college to NFL is a huge jump. But I think he is going to develop into a really great player. He is a natural leader on that side of the ball. He finished the 21 season with 72 tackles, 10.5 tackles per loss. tackles for loss, 6 sacks, 2 interceptions, 5 passes defended, and 2 forced fumbles. Of course, I think having Campbell and Dean lining up right next to each other is going to be excellent. Alright, the other first round pick I think will be a wide receiver, and I think a lot of the wide receivers are going to be taken that we will want, and I don't really want any of those big name guys. I only want this guy. The only guy that I want the Packers to draft at wide receiver for pick number 28 is Christian Watson. He is a wide receiver, North Dakota State. I just watched his highlights. I don't want anybody else. I want him. I don't care what anybody says. He's a mid-late round pick. I mean, he blew up at the Senior Bowl. So it's obviously, he could be a second round pick also, or he could be a late first. It's possible, but I think he'll be late first because I think he's going to us. He is going to improve and improve. I mean, he's getting better and better and better. I mean, the dude is freaking fast. I mean, you saw him in the combine. He ran that. But he finished the season for North Dakota State, 43 catches, 800 yards, and a touchdown. Also had 15 carries for 114 yards and a touchdown. He's an extremely tough man for defenses to cover. He's a good route runner. He's tall. He's 6'5". Of course, Packers love tall receivers. He's got solid hands, really good body control abilities. He's just, I mean, it takes more than one guy to really get on him to really defend him, unless you're going up against like a Jalen Ramsey or something. He is really good between straight line speed. He's got good ball tackling, so he could definitely be a deep threat in the NFL. Between his size, great body control, allows him to contort his body. He has a large catch radius. He does really well with contested catches. And a benefit, he has special teams experience. He's been a kick returner at NDSU. He has had 11 attempts at kick returner and finished the season with 227 yards. He has great cuts in his routes, but they're almost so sharp. He does lose a little bit of speed, and his separation is not as good as it could be after those cuts. However, he does use creativity to create plays. He's got great body language. He's got great physicality. And I think that gives you great vision and great separation to make it up. He also has experience in the slot. He can line up on the outside. And though his releases are better on the outside, he has the speed. There will be better and faster route runners, which means the Packers could definitely go and take a wide receiver with the 22 pick. But I think he's an intriguing prospect, and I want him. I don't care who else it is. He deserves the attention. Alright, so those are our 2 first-round picks. Our 2 second-round picks, I say the Packers need to go for a tackle, because we don't have a right tackle. And I think the Packers have really shown interest in this guy, and I really like him. He's supposed to be a 4th to 3rd to 4th round pick, but I think he is exactly what we're looking for, which is why we should take him in the 2nd. That is Washington State right tackle Abraham Lucas. He's a big man. He's standing at 6'7". He's weighing 324 pounds. Lower body, strong, balanced, good footwork, and he got size and length, and he's very difficult for defenders to get around. While he has good balance, he doesn't have great bend. It can hinder the amount of leverage he can get at times, but it will be something to look at very precisely, because rushers can easily take advantage of it, which is why, it takes a while for you to just not do that. He's got good footwork, a lot of patience. That's a lot of thing that you really want to see in someone. Obviously, a great run blocker, since we're officially turning into a running type offense. That's why we would use a guy like that. I think he quickly recognizes when defenders are going to rush. I think he has a really strong latch grip, so it makes it hard for defenders to break the block, but I think he can be more aggressive in pass blocking, but that's what development is for. So I like this pick. I would go Abraham Lucas for that pick. The other pick at the 2nd round, now this is a guy that he could be 3rd to 5th round, but Knowing the Packers, if he's available, they're going to take him. I do not care when they do it, but I see them taking him in the second round. I want this guy so bad. UCLA tight end Greg Dulcich. He is exactly the type of player Aaron Rodgers wants. I mean, I just looked at his highlights and it's crazy. In his 3 seasons at UCLA, he averaged over 15 yards per catch. In 2021, he finished the season with 42 catches, 725 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He is pretty much a straight receiving tight end, which is a great thing to have. And he is not someone you would rely on as a blocker. He's competitive and he's physical. He can give you a good chip, but you are entrusting him to make a good block in the game, it's likely not going to work. And the thing is, our tight ends are blockers. We need a receiving tight end. Tanyan cannot be most healthy. Mercedes Lewis only gets 1 year in him. We need a tight end that can catch. Doesn't matter if they can block, they can substitute these guys in and out. And he is also very fast for a tight end. His ball tracking is solid. He doesn't have many drops. And he has a huge catch window. Like, huge. Obviously, you know, he was a converted wide receiver, which is why he switched to tight end, because he got a lot bigger. But I think once you get to him, I think he is going to be fantastic. There's nobody I would rather take than him. Alright, so 3rd round, pick 92. We only have 1 pick in the 3rd round. I say they go wide receiver here as well. I am a fan of Alec Pierce. He is a wide receiver out of Cincinnati. He reminds me so much of Jordy Nelson. I mean, it's pretty insane. Solid speed, great hands, great body control. He finished the season with 52 catches, 884 yards, 8 touchdowns. Very great blocker. Reminds me a lot of Lazard. Maximum effort is what you need to see out of him. You can tell. I mean, he is very overdramatic and aggressive about every single movement in his route running and blocking. It makes him very twitchy and crisp in what he does. He has a reputation, he has the speed, he has blocking, he has hands, he has ball tracking, and he's very crisp. That reputation makes defensive backs think he's going deep, and then he'll snap off his route and lose the defensive back. He's got great footwork. That's a great guy you want to have. I mean, he's great hands, great explosive routes. He's not afraid to take a hit. He's definitely someone you want to have. I think he's going to be a reliable big play guy. I'm surprised he's only a 3rd round pick, but I'm a huge fan of him. That's Alec Pierce. Alright, we got 2 4th round picks, and with this first 4th round pick, that's pick 132, I say Caleb Evans will be the guy. He's a quarterback out of Mizzou, standing at 6'2", 198 pounds. He's big, he's physical. He presses at the line, he jams the wide receivers to throw off his route. He has great, solid route anticipation and man coverage, and sometimes he can get a little too physical and routes and create penalties. However, getting in the 4th round means we get depth, because he's going to be a number 4 corner at this point. I mean, you already got Alexander, Stokes, and Douglas, so we need depth, you know? Get another guy to really come in there. He finished the 2021 season at Mizzou, 28 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 interception, 6 passes defended, and 2 forced fumbles. He's just a physical tackler. I love that. I love what you want to see in them, but it's fantastic. I mean, you can't really not deny it. He's also great in the community. He served as the vice president of the Black Men's Initiative while at Tulsa. Obviously, he's a developmental corner, but I think he's a great role model and person for this Packers organization for the future, so I would be a total fan of this pick. Pick 140. Now, at some point, I see the Packers moving on from Jordan Love. He's going to have a starting role maybe this year, maybe next year, but if they keep him around, that's fine. However, they could trade him even in this draft. However, if they do, they're going to have to take a new guy to back him up, because I feel like there's some quarterbacks that have potential to be really good. And of course, oddly give my support to this man because he is named after me, and he is a great quarterback. I don't know why people don't give any credit to this guy at all. Bailey Zappi, quarterback, Western Kentucky. Okay, so if you don't know much about him, he was very not known. He was going from place to place, and then he ends up at Western Kentucky. He played at Senior Bowl. He's decisive. He executes offense with clear command, and he led college football in touchdowns with like 56 or something like that, maybe getting in the 60s. But I don't really sit there and say you don't throw that many touchdowns and don't even get recognized for to get drafted. I mean, I think he's a backup at the next level. He could learn a lot from Aaron Rodgers. I would definitely like that. Now, yeah, there's some risky decisions in there, but that's what the whole point of development is. That's how I feel. Alright, 5th round pick. 171. We're going to go and take Haskell Garrett, the defensive tackle out of Ohio State. I like taking people out of Ohio State, especially people on the defense. This guy, I'm surprised, isn't higher, but he is projected to be a 5th round pick, so taking him right here would make a whole lot of sense. He's a powerhouse up the middle. He's a first-team All-American for the Buckeyes, plays his game, he's got powerful hands, wicked first step. And he doesn't necessarily lose against double teams, however, he doesn't really win either, so, I mean, teams are going to be so focused on Kenny Clark. However, they got Jarrod Reed, and they're going to get him too. They need a guy at the opposite end that can really be some depth at this position because we don't really have that. I don't know if he plays defensive end or he's just a tackle, but I think getting that depth is huge because what if Kenny Clark goes down? You could have someone like him. Hand power, great placement, and a wide variety of moves. Of course, he does keep his pad height low, so he's got to work on staying bent a little bit, but I mean, I feel like you're going to see him really step up because Kenny Clark or Jarrod Reed can get double teamed at times, and that's going to be huge. Once he develops a pattern, he is going to be fine. I would totally take him as a 5th round pick for depth. Alright, 7th round pick, we have 3 7th round picks. These are all going to be people who are just going to contribute for this team in the future. Pick number 228 is going to be Samori Toure, the wide receiver out of Nebraska. I don't know how people haven't really watched this guy, but you know, some people are like, he won't even make a team, he'll be a free agent. Well, he finished his career with a lot of people in Montana, and then he was in Nebraska, and you know, he had 155 receptions, 2,488 yards, and 20 touchdowns, ranking him in the top 12 in Montana history, and then transferred to Nebraska as a 5th-year senior. He is a member of the Melitnikov Award watch list. He's played in all 12 games, 9 of his only Nebraska season in 2021. He had 46 catches, 898 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. He actually tied the Nebraska season record with 5 100-yard receiving games, scored the 2nd highest average yard per hunt in Nebraska history. And this guy is fantastic. The only problem is he's 24 years old, okay? So you're not going to get... He's a backup. And... yeah, I mean, he has a lot of years already wasted, so that's obviously could be a problem down the line. However, I think he excels at a lot of the things that we need. Then, at pick 249, we're going to go with Nick Ford, the guard out of Utah. Another extremely versatile offensive lineman in late rounds. We need guard depth until Evan Jenkins comes back. And this is a guy I think that can really step up. And I mean, the best part of his game is his body control. I mean, he has a solid base. He's got solid balance. He's a great run blocker. Just tell the running back, get behind Ford, let him go. He's a 2nd level blocker. He's getting there. It's going to be a first, but I think it's great. We need some guards. And he can play left guard, he can play right guard, so honestly, it really depends, but I think, obviously, having 3 7-round picks, I think he would be a smart move with one of those 3 picks. And then finally, with pick number 250, alright, we're going to go with the only position that we have not covered yet. For depth purposes, that is safety. We're going to go with Amari Carter out of Miami. He's aggressive, he's versatile, he's lined up all over the defense, and he's a guy that Joe Barry would be able to have some fun with as well as scheming goes. He's played a lot of time with dime linebacker, so you can toss him in the slot, middle linebacker as an edge. He's a split safety, he's a big, thick safety. He runs fast, and because of his size, he doesn't have a ton of speed. However, he stays deeper to concentrate for deep balls. It would be more recommended in cover 2 systems in the single defensive back. He's more of a high motor guy. Once he starts, he's ready to take someone's head off. But he's definitely someone that you really want special teams. He finished the season with 45 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 0.5 sacks, 1 interceptions, 1 pass defended. Adding solid safety depth, special teams help, and a physical mindset that the Packers have lacked, I think would be a smart move to finish this draft. So, I know I talked for like 20 minutes, so, because we had like 11 picks and 11 people to go over, so I apologize if I talk so long and if I bored you, but I hope not. I'm just trying to tell some valuable information. So anyways, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, and as always, go Pack Go. The draft kicks off on ABC, ESPN, and the NFL Network on Thursday, followed on Friday and Saturday. So go Pack Go. I guarantee I'm gonna get none of these people right, maybe one, who knows, but we will see. Go Pack Go. We'll see you next time.